All right, it's time for some SpaceX news.
Starship Flight 9 launched on Tuesday.
I get goosebumps every time. Here is a cool infographic from Space Doer about the mission goals.
Starship reached orbit successfully, but then a propellant tank leak caused Starship to lose attitude control and the spacecraft broke apart before SpaceX could attempt the Pez dispenser move and the landing in the Indian Ocean.
Super Heavy Booster 14, which had flown and landed before, failed its landing burn and exploded midair during its landing attempt.
SpaceX was testing new metallic heat tiles with methane transpiration cooling on this flight.
Elon said by far the most important thing was the re-entry portion.
And while it's easy for many people to mock SpaceX for not having a perfect mission,
Let's see, CBS. What we know about SpaceX Starship's failed test flight. Well, let's find another one. New York Times. Breakup of SpaceX's Starship rocket disrupts Florida airports. Well, and my personal favorite from Business Insider, Starship fumbled its third flight in a row. It's another setback for Elon Musk.
it's important to keep in mind that the point of these missions is to learn and improve. And one of the best ways to learn is to keep launching and learning from the failures.
And it's important to remember that there were lots of successes during this mission.
Starship engine cut off.
There we go. As you heard there by the call out and from the crowd behind us,
Starship final orbiting station.
Starship's 6 Raptor engines have successfully shut down. We heard a call out for nominal orbital insertion, which is incredible. Look at these views, Dan.
Elon posted, Starship made it to the scheduled ship engine cutoff, so big improvement over last flight. Also, no significant loss of heat shield tiles during ascent. Leaks caused loss of main tank pressure during the coast and re-entry phase. Lots of good data to review. Launch cadence for the next 3 flights will be faster at approximately 1 every 3 to 4 weeks.
And, you know, people are going to be like, oh, things blew up. Right. That's kind of SpaceX's thing.
Right.
For example, the booster, they were trying a higher angle of attack to basically see what the limits were. You know how you don't know what the limits are until you hit them? Well, isn't it nice that since this was a test flight and SpaceX didn't need this booster anymore since they're making improvements so rapidly,
Just a little push.
you see what the limit is, and then it blows up, and you go, oh, well, that's the limit. Let's try not to hit that next time.
Starbase Surfer posted 35 tiles.
And speaking of heat tiles, you can see SpaceX has to cover the Starship protruding catch pins with heat shield tiles, and solving the heat shield tile problem has been a challenge.
Yeah, Elon has been batting around different ideas like giant steel dragon wings would be sick. He said, but we need a heat shield that can handle Mars atmospheric entry conditions with a heavy payload, so the ballistic coefficient will necessarily be high. Steel is unfortunately hopeless. No one has ever made a truly reusable orbital heat shield, so this is an extremely tough problem. As you know, the shuttle shields required extensive rework between flights. It will take many more design iterations for SpaceX to make the shield work well. We had to build the entire supply chain from glass and alumina to finished tiles, which is why the SpaceX heat shield factory at the Cape is shockingly enormous. As Elon told our friend Eric Berger, reporter for Ars Technica before the flight, these launches are all about data. The most important thing is data on how to improve the tile design. So it's basically data during the high heating re-entry phase in order to improve the tiles for the next iteration. So we've got like a dozen or more tile experiments. We're trying different coatings on tiles. We're trying different fabrication techniques, different attachment techniques. We're varying the gap filler for the tiles. And also we want to make sure that we've solved the issues that caused the explosion in the last 2 flights in the upper stage engine bay.
We also learned from Eric's interview with Elon that we can expect the Raptor 3 engine to debut on a Starship flight before the end of the year.
Well, that's super exciting. Now, we didn't get the Elon multiplanetary talk that Elon said would happen at 1 p.m. on Tuesday.
Elon posted this talk is postponed until after the Starship Flight 9 launch tonight, which he said before the Starship launch. But the rescheduled talk that he said would happen after 9 after the launch on Tuesday didn't happen either.
Yeah, I'm not sure why that has been postponed. As soon as we learn anything, we'll let you know.
But if you're wondering if Elon will make it to Mars, I just want to remind everyone that Jim Cramer said this 2 years ago.
Elon Musk will never make it to Mars.
So Doge Designer says Mars confirmed, and Elon laughed.
We did get a new 2-minute video from SpaceX about Super Heavy, and we'll be sharing that video and discussing it on Patreon bonus stories today. So please join us on Patreon for that.
Come on, what are you waiting for? It's just $1 a month.
But you know what? It doesn't matter because Medium reporter Will Lockett reported that Starship will simply never work.
And ABC News said after 8 previous failed missions, SpaceX has scheduled the unmanned 9th test flight of Starship. Wow. Even when I'm prepared for the media bias, I'm still like, are we living in 1984?
You there. Yes, you. Are you questioning Big Brother? SpaceX has always been a failing company. It is a thought crime to say otherwise. You must be reprogrammed.
Yeah, it's really insane. These are test flights. We didn't have, a special...
No, it's a failure.
We didn't even have...
It was supposed to make it to Mars.
They didn't even put real Starlink satellites on it because they knew there was a good chance that it was going to blow
See, you
up.
just admitted it.
So it's like we didn't have the king of Denmark on these launches, and we're like,
We had the king of Denmark on the launch?
Please, I hate the media. It's like, do you guys not get that this is all a test for the most important rocket that will ever fly?
Blue Origin.
Oh my God. It's so infuriating that they're doing this because it's just FUD.
This is why Katy Perry didn't fly on it.
It's utterly incomprehensible swivel that they're actually putting out there. It's so disgusting that they will just lie like this.
I know.
It's like, sure, there could be a more successful test flight, but honestly, like Elon said, it's all about the data. So when something blows up, you go, oh, good, we've learned something.
Hey, everybody. Thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Tuesdays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below and head over to the Now You Know channel.